Welcome back to a nice little short video where I'm going to talk about what my plans are for my next video. Hopefully I stick to this, but what I intend on doing is another book club style video, but I'm going to tell you what I'm going to read now so that if you want you can read those books with me, and then in the next video we can have some sort of discussion in the comments. So I'm gonna go off the top of my head. Maybe I'll look up some names if I don't know the pronunciation, and I'll go down the list of the books I'm going to read and what they're kind of about. First book I'm going to be reading, as I'm already thick into it, is Bushido, the Soul of Japan. Now, the Bushido code is a samurai code of honor. It's very deeply ingrained into Japanese society and culture, and the reason why I'm reading this book is because I want to be able to understand their philosophies before I go and enter into their literature, because I know a lot of these books deal with Buddhism and things that are mentioned in this book, Bushido, the Soul of Japan. So I'm reading that, a translated version, so that I can comprehend the culture before I do a deep dive. The next book I will be reading is Silence by Shūsaku Endō, which is a book I actually already read because the movie is phenomenal. Scorsese directed, Adam Driver and Andrew Garfield and Liam Neeson star in it. It's a phenomenal movie. Really good book too. I'll be rereading it just so I can get into the mood of reading more Japanese literature. It's kind of about these two Portuguese Catholics who are going into Japan in a period of time where Christianity was illegal, and it shows their struggle in trying to spread their religion and stuff. You don't even necessarily have to be religious to just appreciate this insane, excellent, like, beautifully crafted story. Yeah, that's the first book, the first actual novel I will be reading besides the Bushido Code. Next book I'll be reading is The Temple of the Golden Pavilion by Yukio Mishima, and I want to read this because I want to get into Yukio Mishima's tetralogy, and I believe this book is out of the tetralogy, so I want to get into his type of storytelling and writing, and how he takes real historical events and kind of merges them and fictionalizes them to tell a very compelling story about characters and his themes and the way he uses them. And this is a book about a monk who loves this temple so much that he burns it down, and it's just a short one, but like I really wanted to read it so that I can get into the next book, Spring Snow, which is the first book in his tetralogy, followed by Runaway Horses, which is the real book I want to read of his stories, but I do want to, do the respect of reading it in order. So yeah, Spring Snow. It's another one by Yukio Mishima. It's about this teenage boy in a period of Japan where Western culture is kind of invaded, or they've accepted some of it in a way, and he's part of this family that's kind of like new money, but they have samurai style roots, and it deals with the character who's kind of spoiled, and I want to just read the story to again get a taste for how he uses his themes. This is the stories he really wanted to tell, this whole tetralogy. And yeah, Spring Snow. The final book as of right now that I will be reading is called No Longer Human by Osamu Dazai. Osamu. I don't know which way you're supposed to say it, but it's a shorter-ish kind of story, and it's about this Japanese man who is constantly hiding who he really is behind jokes and this facade that many Japanese men and even people everywhere have to deal with, this kind of persona they put on to please the masses, where they make jokes and they have to cover how they're really feeling. And I kind of related to this book in a way, so I wanted to read it and see how it deals with this kind of topic. And I also know that this book kind of mirrors his actual life in a way, that these terrible things happen to him and he kind of feels the same way as the protagonist of the story does. So yeah, these will be the books I'll be reading this month probably, and by the time I make the next video, I'll be talking about these books, these Japanese novels. #NotAweeb.